Your daughter's questions kind of sparked like a deeper explanation as to, okay, why am I straightening? Why am I blow drying?
What am I teaching her? That my natural hair is not good enough?
What were some of the hurdles that you kind of experienced in ensuring this quality and manufacturing?
Most of the people, I would say, who do not want to use curly hair products, they don't have such curly hair.
You worked so hard on the formulations, moved your manufacturing overseas for the first batch for Truth and Hair just to make sure that everything is exactly how you wanted it.
So nobody is talking about the hair textures. Nobody is having products for the wavy texture. So why are we not talking about it?
Because people don't know what their hair type is or can't be bothered to do like a 7-step hair routine in the morning.
I know. We should be hitting the Sephora stores, not just in India, but globally.
Educating people about their hair types and educating what can work would play a pivotal role in your brand strategy.
So that really triggered something in me and made me build NYNM and Truth in Hair.
Today's guest flipped a whole category. Saumya Alagh built a curly hair marketplace and then listened hard and launched Truth in Hair, India's first texture-based hair care line for straights, wavies, and curlies. We talk about the mom moment that sparked it all, her daughter asking, "Why are you straightening your hair?" and how that turned into science-led formulas developed with global benchmarks, made in India and color safe. You'll hear why most Indians are actually wavy, how one scrappy launch sold out their hair mascara, and what it really takes to scale smarter content, better distribution, and investors who bring more than money. The vision? Every household, every salon, and a 5-year march to Sephora. If you've ever felt one size fits all doesn't fit you, this one's for you. Let's dive in.
I would actually want to start with the conversation where we started a conversation when we first got connected, which is the flip that you did from running a community which was, talking about all the hair care products that are available to launching Truth and Hair. So tell me more about that.
Yeah, so NYNM was a curly marketplace. So, when we built that curly marketplace, it was obviously the focus was curly hair because that's where I personally felt that the biggest gap was there during the time of 2017 and 2018. There were no products in the market. And I also have curly hair. So now you know why, right? So people who were not curly couldn't find anything for them in India. There were no Indian brands doing anything around that. So these products made them feel really who they are, made them, I think emotionally also it made them feel really good. So for many years they'd been struggling. Like for me also, I've been struggling all my life. I had so many insecurities because of my hair, So that's where, NYNM, all of that was doing, building that community. But then eventually, we could see there was a gap in the market, that there were some people who used to come in and say that, okay, these products are too heavy for us. What do we do? So that's where we realized that the problem, and there's a gap in the market, nobody's talking about. There are products in the market that say, okay, this is for all hair types. And then there are products in the market, like we started bringing in the international brands. And then gradually, of course, the Indian brands also started coming in. But again, there were people, most of the people, I would say, who do not want to use curly hair products. They don't have such curly hair. So obviously, those products were being so heavy for them. So they were like, nahi chal raha hai ye products. Tell us something else. And I had nothing. So that's where we figured out, ki, okay, so nobody is talking about the hair textures. Nobody is having products for the wavy texture. So why are we not talking about it? So that's how Truth in Hair was born. And Truth in Hair, as you know, is India's first texture based hair product brand. I mean, basically, we have hair products for each and every hair texture, and we make every person feel that, okay, this is something for you, embrace it. This is your hair type. You should embrace it the way it is. You don't need to just use anything that's there in the market. That's been
Yeah,
used for so many years.
I can totally relate with that as a person who still doesn't understand what my hair type is, but I can definitely relate to it. I remember back in 2018, 2020, I remember using some kind of curly hair products, and it just weighed everything down, and then I just went back to my blow drying and whatever else. So it's great that it almost sounds like you created a through the marketplace you were able to create a community which gave you sort of first hand information in terms of what is the gap truly is, and then obviously addressing it became so much easier. In this new venture in Truth and Hair, do you also see that community kind of playing a role? Are you leveraging what all information that you're getting from Truth and Hair to this from the community to this new venture as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot has been, I think all because thanks to the curly community and thanks to NYNM,
Hmm.
they have been like, they're still our backbone, I would say. They've helped us, initially also, they helped us test
Hmm.
products, they helped us with feedback. They also were there for the launch parties that we did. Like the curly community has really been there for very supportive community. So now that we've expanded ourselves to the straights and the wavies, uh, so they I think have been there and they've been cheerleaders and they've been actually helping us also find, like, I know some of the influencers that we were working with during the NYNM times. They've been so supportive, also helping us find the right people for the wavy and the straight textures. So, yeah, so this community is superb. I'm so grateful that we have them, still have them. And
Hmm.
yeah, so now that we're moving on to Truth and Hair, we are still trying to figure out how to actually get all these consumers from NYNM, also help them understand that Truth and Hair is here. And before shutting down NYNM, we are
Hmm.
working on a plan wherein we'll be moving them to Truth and Hair. So some of them already know, but not all of them. So yeah,
Yeah.
still working on that.
Yeah, I would assume that educating people about their hair types and educating what can work would be something that would play a pivotal role in your brand strategy, because people don't know what their hair type is, or can't be bothered to do like a 7 step hair routine in the
I
morning.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
So,
So before shutting down NYNM, I think this is what we were discussing internally as well, that how can we really help everybody understand and move on to Truth and Hair.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah.
We haven't
When
made
we
that like publicly, we haven't shared this actually, but then some of our close, curly community members do know and are aware that we have moved on now.
Okay. I mean, Truth and Hair is kind of more than enough taking care of what NYNM kind of provides to them. So I'm assuming that it shouldn't be
Yeah,
so much.
yeah, yeah. And also, NYNM had a lot of stylers that were not available in India. And so we are yet to come up with a styler. So I'm just waiting for that time. Once
Uh-huh.
we launch our stylers, especially for the curly community, I think that is a very important. These stylers are very important products that a curly hair girl needs. So
Hmm.
once we launch our stylers, hopefully this month we should be able to launch. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's when we'd be doing that shift, and we'll be helping everybody know that we are now completely shutting it down.
Yeah, it's like the best of both worlds, right? You got to know whatever had to be done. When we earlier connected, we both connected also on the fact that we have daughters with curly hair, and you mentioned that your daughter's questions kind of sparked like a deeper explanation as to, okay, why am I straightening? Why am I blow drying? Has the idea of how will my daughter take care of hair influenced anything in your product development, in your mission of how what you want Truth and Hair to be?
Yes, I, in fact, want to share a very interesting story here. One day I was just straightening my hair, and initially, before I was a curly or I knew the curly girl method, I used to straighten my hair every week. So after my daughter was born, yeah, so I was just straightening my hair, and then she just asked me, Mama, why are you straightening your hair? And she also said something that really made me think that, what am I teaching her? Why I, yes, I mean, she said something like, क्या जरूरत है करने की, or some sort of
Yeah.
statement she made like that. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
she's right. What am I teaching her? That my natural hair is not good enough? So that moment really hit hard. And so that's how I think I started researching and also understanding more about hair. And I am a trichologist, so I understand hair and scalp very deeply. So obviously, I didn't want her to go through that. So that really triggered something in me and made me, build NYNM and Truth in Hair.
Yeah, yeah. No, makes sense, right? We keep telling them to be themselves, and yet we are not happy with just our hair of all the things. So yes, we should definitely work towards that. And now that you just mentioned that you are a trichologist, you've worked so hard on the formulations. And I remember you telling me that you have also, moved your manufacturing overseas for the first batch for Truth and Hair, just to make sure that everything is exactly how you wanted it. But what were some of the hurdles that you kind of experienced in ensuring this quality and manufacturing?
So, one, we didn't move our manufacturing in US. We got
Hmm.
the formulation done in US,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So these
Okay.
products are made in India, but just
Hmm.
that the formulation, yes, I was very skeptical. So, I mean, to be very honest, I wanted to get them manufactured in US only. I didn't want them to get manufactured in India for the reason that you know there's so much white labeling happening in India. So, and also the ingredients, the kind of raw materials that are used in India. People are least bothered, and just anything is coming out in the market, which is which obviously is not working for your hair. They are not safe for your scalp and hair, but people are not aware and they're just using anything and everything. So that's why I was very sure of what I want. That's the reason why we chose to formulate our first six products, shampoos and the conditioners for the straight, wavy, and curly collection in the US, and we got the formulations right. It took us a lot of time. Why it took us 2 years to launch Truth and Hair was also because we couldn't find the raw materials here in India. जैसे हमने
Ah,
formulation करवा लिया, we got it formulated, everything was perfect, but when we were trying to source those raw materials in India, some of them were not available.
yeah.
So then we had to replace some of those ingredients with some other, ingredients that are available in India. Thankfully, now most of them are available in India, but at that time they were not. It was quite challenging for us. So, so it took us so much time to finally get the formulations right and finally make them in India. So that's how the process was for us. It was a big learning for us as well during that
Yeah.
process.
I can imagine. But when you say ingredients are not available in India, is it that they are not, they can't be? I mean, I'm assuming it's all chemical chemical ingredients at the end of the time. So, is it that they cannot be formulated? Is the knowledge not available, or is the source product not available?
No, so the source product, so the kind of raw material. So, for example, there is a certain quality of shea butter. I'm just
Okay.
giving a very
Yeah.
hypothetical example.
Yeah.
Shea butter is used in a particular shampoo, and that shea butter grade, quality grade, or that raw material from a particular vendor is not available in India. You
Got
might
it.
get a different grade shea butter in India. The
But it
quality.
wouldn't. Then the formulation changes completely. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So that's the reason why I think I was very skeptical to get the things done in India. But now we figured out, and now those many of those vendors have started, you know, getting. I mean, many of those vendors have started uh, giving those raw materials in India as well. So now they are available. Most of the brands earlier at that time couldn't find the right raw materials. So if you don't have the right raw materials, you won't be able to formulate properly
Got it.
with the
Got it.
right kind of efficacy and quality, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Makes sense. You were mentioning about the fact that you have only six SKUs, and I feel like that's such a great strategy bringing in, right? Instead of doing like a plethora of products, focus on what's your core and do that right. And like you mentioned, stylers is something that you are now thinking of next. What other innovations, what other product ideas are in your mind?
So right now, right now most of the people are, I think, struggling with wavies are struggling with frizziness, curls are not getting the right definition, straight hair is lacking shine. So now our focus is going to be in these areas only through our stylers, of course. And we would also be coming up with some interesting hair beauty products. It's a new category. It's not there in India right now, but we are still exploring and working on it right now. So I don't want to
Oh,
share too much around it. And we are also launching one interesting product from the hair beauty range itself. We'll be launching this month. So
oh,
I'm pretty
nice.
excited about it. Yes, yes.
Lots of new things happening. That's great. And between straights and wavies and curlies, like which one has your heart? I know you are a more curly hair than you than me, but which one has your heart? Which one has the most potential in the market?
The wavy for sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how. So we did a research like through these Nielsen's and some of the other. There's another company also where we did this research, and we got to know that 80 to 90% of Indian people have the wavy texture, and
Ah.
some of them are actually not even aware. So it's like the silent majority is wavy. Some of them
Mm.
are not aware, some of them are aware. And you can say the curly community is just probably a 15%, 10 to
Oh,
15%. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And I'm
And
guessing you also have regional variations.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Down south.
curly is always going to be close to my heart, to be very honest, because I started my journey. And the curly hair type is actually the toughest one to crack. So since we've been able to crack the toughest market or the toughest hair texture, so I know, it's wavies and the straights will be easy to crack. Wavy is obviously, in terms of texture, if you say, it doesn't need as much moisture as a curly girl would need, but the right balance. So that it doesn't weigh, the products don't weigh down their hair, and at the same time is moisturized enough. So, yeah. So the market is Indian market is wavy market for sure.
Yeah, I think babies are just like straight hair who have gone out on a party and now they can't control themselves.
I know, I know.
They don't even know what they need.
हाँ
Um,
बस वही so there used to be customers telling to us कि यार ये सूट नहीं करना ये सूट नहीं कर नहीं रहा है और हमें कोई पूछता नहीं है literally they feel left out, right? There are products for all hair types जो बोलते हैं, they are products for actually straight hair because they are really really harsh cleansing ingredients in it. Everybody don't need that kind of cleansing, right? And curly hair market today is also having products that is very very moisturizing, like too moisturizing. So why बिचारों की कोई सुन नहीं रहा तो there were
नहीं रहा.
customers who came back to us saying thank you, someone listened to us, somebody came out with a wavy collection in itself.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing that, and this was obviously some a question that I had for my personal this thing also. As you grow older, you start coloring your hair because of either you're hiding whites or generally because in life you want to color your hair. Do these formulations also work on colored hair? Can I use them like thrice a week and still be able to maintain my color?
Yes, absolutely. So I'll tell you what, these are completely safe. They are color safe. They can be used. They won't harm the color at all. I've been coloring my hair as well. So I've been using all these products. They are sulfate free, silicone free, paraben free, and free from any carcinogenic ingredients, right? So obviously these are mild formulations. They won't impact your color because color gets impacted with really harsh sulfates ingredients that will wash off the color or change the color. So ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं इसमें. So
Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Also, I wanted to now focus a little bit more on what the future looks like for Truth and Hair. Are you thinking about raising investments? Is that something that you are, what sort of scale are you looking for? First, let's start there.
Okay. So we are planning to raise one, and the kind of scale that I'm looking at is मतलब 1,000 crore की definitely company तो बना ही सकते हैं.
Hmm.
I can
Okay.
see that. मतलब obviously उससे बड़ी भी बना सकते हैं, but this is where I see कि अभी फिलहाल first goal is 1,000 crore की company definitely बन सकती है. Now, yes, we are open to investors, and we want somebody who's just not giving us capital, but is also giving us bringing value to, whatever Truth and Hair requires. Right now, for example, um, we need help in R&D, we need help in marketing, we need some networks to get the things done, especially for the distribution side. We are currently available in Nykaa, Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. So I feel that's where these are some areas where we need help with, so that we can quickly scale and our distribution is sorted. So right now we just started expanding on Nykaa. Like just last month we opened up on Nykaa and Blinkit. It'll be better if somebody can help us out with the capital and along with some networks for these areas, especially for
Okay.
e-commerce and Nykaa.
Okay. If I was to, just double click on that for a second, you mentioned three things, which is R&D, marketing, and distribution relationships. I would assume distribution relationships for anybody who is a D2C investor might be, solvable. R&D is something that would be specific to you, so that's just you taking capital and deploying it, wherever you need it. But this is one question that I have faced myself, and that's what I'm asking you. Marketing, investors always say that if I give you money on marketing, then you're just going to go and make ads, and that's about it. That's not how you grow a company, because marketing is all, it's an unending this thing. You can put as much as you want. So, what specifically about marketing do you think investments will help for you?
Right. So, in marketing, there's marketing, I mean, not just ads, the kind
Hmm.
of shoots that I require, especially that we are now coming up with so many stylers, we are coming up with so many new launches. Till December, we'll be launching new products, new categories. And what really is important, especially in this category, is good videography and photography for the product. That is extremely important. We realized it when we also got one of the shoots done right, especially when we launched our hair mascara in July. um, we were not really sure of, we hadn't made any advertisement or any content such that we can use for meta ads, but we were short on time, so we thought chalo ye jo video banai hai, let's just use that and see how it works. And it worked so well for us. So that's how we got to know that's very important to really invest in the right photography and videography. It really helps. And the kind of ROAS that you look at, so if you're getting obviously a good ROAS on a particular product, like a 4 or a 5x,
Hmm.
obviously you want to double down there.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's what we see in the mascaras case, and we actually sold out. End of July, we were out of stock. So we
Wow.
didn't expect that.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, we had thought this, we definitely knew that this is this is going to be something completely different. It's not
Hmm.
there. It's India's first crayon-based hair mascara. It's a root touch-up,
Hmm.
but we didn't expect completely going out of stock July end. So yeah, so I
Good
think
problems to have.
yeah.
But it also brings me to the second point, which is that I mean, the beauty space in itself is crowded. Within that, of course, even in the hair space, there is a lot of information that is going around. There is a lot of products. We don't need to name your competitors, but I'm sure that there are a few who are doing extremely well, or at least it looks like they're doing extremely well. So how do you differentiate yourself? And again, from an investment perspective, how do you differentiate yourself?
Yeah, I know the market is crowded, but I think it's not differentiated. Like how we differentiated ourselves is because we are the only ones who are talking about textures. One, nobody else is talking about textures, so we want to bring that change in the Indian market, that just like you understand your skin type is dry or oily or various other skin types, and then you choose the right product for your skin. So similarly in hair as well, for all hair types, or one size fits all nahi chalta hai. That story doesn't work. So what works is you need something based on your hair texture or your scalp. So right now we have these shampoos and conditioners, which is from our care range. We are working on some other formulations as well, which will be taking care of the scalp range as well. So right now it's just care range जो आप रोज use करते हो, something like a shampoo and a conditioner. But then there'll be the cure range that would be like scalp care, problem related. So we're working on that right now, and then we are also working on a beauty category. So so this is how we are differentiated. We are basically holistically trying to make hair care uh, glamorous and beautiful for everybody, that they also feel appreciated with the way their natural hair is. They don't need to change their hair.
Yeah, we don't need to change anything about ourselves. We are awesome the way we are.
Yeah.
I like that thought. What does the future hold? What does an ideal version of 10 years down the line look like?
Interesting. Well, 10 years down the line, I do think that we should be there in every household. We should also be there on Sephora.
Okay,
So we would be obviously trying to hit the global market. So there is no Indian brand that is there in Sephora. Apart from
that's
Indians
beautiful.
that are there in US or UK, there's no
Uh-huh.
Indian brand today.
Yeah.
So that is something I am working on. So let's see. That is what 10 years down the line, I do feel that we should be hitting the Sephora stores, not just in India, but globally.
Globally. Okay. I mean, I would think that Sephora would probably be a 5-year journey, considering how India overall is doing. I don't know. Would you consider that to be part of your 10-year journey?
10 ईयर बहुत ज्यादा है, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. मैं अभी तो 5 साल की जर्नी सोच रही हूँ. So I
Yeah.
just hope, yes, I hope we're able to do this, crack this in the next 5 years. And 10 years down the line, I don't know, Truth and Hair should be a brand that is basically empowering people. And they should remember that this is a brand that helps us understand our texture and anything and everything related to hair. Truth and Hair is a place to be.
It's the place to come.
Hopefully,
Okay.
we'll have stores then. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So stores, international presence, Sephora, and you being in every Indian household. That's the
In
goal.
every Indian household and in every salon.
Oh yes, cracking salons is where the goal is. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Fantastic. I think that's a great place for us to pause. I would love to carry on this conversation and hear more about you, and maybe we can do another episode later once you've had some traction. But thank you so much, Soumya. Thank you so much for sharing your views on this, and all the very best.
Thank you so much, Neha. I thoroughly enjoyed this. And yes,
Yeah.
we shall definitely chat again.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.